What is a geometric sequence? Now, this is part 2. The other one was more basic. This problem is the most advanced geometric sequence problem there is, okay? It's kind of similar to one that we did with the arithmetic sequence, where they only give you 2 terms. So in this one, they give you the fourth term, which is, right? Yeah, the fourth term, which is 125. And they also give you the 10th term, which is 125 over 64. All right. Now, after this explanation, I think you'll really, really understand geometric sequences just a little bit better. Okay, and understand the formula. If you can understand the formula, then it's a lot easier to remember the formula. So let's talk about that for a little bit. Now, in our geometric sequence, we have a common ratio, right? Right? The first term, a sub 1, is just like our first term. And then but the second term, how do we find the second term in our geometric sequence? How do we do it? We would take a sub 1 and then what? Oh, we multiply it? It's trying to get out of you. Yeah, we multiply it times r. That's our second term, right? We would multiply it by r just once. And then to find the third term, you would take a sub 1 and multiply it by r. Square. Yeah, r like, so twice. So r times r, which can be written as r squared, right? You guys with me? You understand what's going on here? That's what the exponent's there for, normally. Here's the formula. A sub n equals a sub 1 times r raised to the n minus 1. This right here just tells you how many times you're multiplying the ratio to the first term to find your current term. Does that make sense? Okay. So, what would be the fourth term? A sub 4? A sub 1 r to the third? Yeah, so we do it 3 times. And we like using exponents because then we don't have to write as much. So let's do that. A sub 1 times r to the third. Okay. Now, if I went all the way down to the 10th term, it would be a sub 1 times what? It would be r to the 9th. Very good. That makes a lot of sense to you, doesn't it? Okay, now do you guys know a trick with exponents? You guys know, like, how you have to when you multiply exponents, you add the. I'm sorry, when you multiply bases, you add the exponents. Yeah. So can I write this as a sub 1 times r to the third times r to the 6th? Yes. I can? Now why would I want to do that? Because you want to simplify? Do you see it? Yes. What does a sub 1 times r to the third equal? A to the 4th times a to the So technically, a sub 10 right here equals a sub 4 times r to the 6th. Do you see what happened? Instant replay. A sub 4 equals this. Well, I could split up a sub 10 to have that inside of it. So technically, a sub 4 is a factor of a sub 10. So I took this out and I put, not that, I put this in right there. So now we have a sub 4 times r to the 6th. Do you guys see that? And the reason why we really want to do that is because of this next part. This is really cool. We know what a sub 10 is. We can plug that in. A sub 10 is 125 over 64. And we know what a sub 4 is. A sub 4 is 125. Now we have one variable in an equation. Can we solve for that variable? Yes. But you know, I didn't give you guys direction at the beginning of this. Why would we want to know the r? Well, this says find the 14th term. If we want to find the 14th term, we have to use this rule right here to find it. Now, this rule is no good to us unless we have the first term and the ratio. But we don't know the first term and we don't know the ratio. But can we know the ratio now? Whoa. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. So, how do we do that? How do we get the r alone? Divide it by 125. Okay, let's move this guy right here. We gotta multiply it by 1 over 25. Yeah, which is the same as dividing it by 1 over 25. So if you thought dividing by 125, good job. So this would cancel out with that, right? And I have to multiply this side by 1 over 125, and those would 1 out. And so we're left with 1 over 64 equals r to the 6th. Oh, that's cool. What next?
6th root.
Yeah, we got to take the 6th root. So we're going to take the 6th root of both sides. That's just r now. What is the 6th root of 1? Oh, yeah, 1. What is the 6th root of 64?
8.
Dose.
2.
Yeah. Say, try it. 2 times 2 is? Times 2? Times 2? Times 2? And the last one, times 2? There's your 64. Okay, so my common ratio is 1/2. So now we can plug in our r right here. Take out that guy, and I'm going to plug in the r. Oh, dang it, I just put r. 1/2. Okay, how am I going to find a sub 1? Now this is the part that sucks, and I feel bad about this part, because we just did all that work to find r. We have to do more work. Do you have an idea?
It's not very mathematical, but we just take a sub 4 and divide it by 1/2.
Yeah. You could take a sub 4 and divide it by 1/2. How many times?
3.
3 times? Because, yeah, 1 time would take you to a sub 3, 2 times would take you to a sub 2, and 1 more time would take you to a sub 1. So you can divide a sub 4 by 1/2 3 times. Dividing by 1/2 is the same as multiplying by 2. So you just have to multiply 125 by 2 3 times. Can I show you guys the algebra way? Okay. That was great. That was great. Great mental math there. The algebra way looks like this. You would take, instead of saying a sub n, let's say a sub 4. A sub 4, because we know that. Then we go a sub 1, 1/2 raised to the, it wouldn't be n minus 1, it would be 4 minus 1. We know what a sub 4 is. What is a sub 4? 125. And so to find a sub 1, what you would do is you would divide both sides by this. Now let's simplify that. What is, so that's a 3. What is 1/2 raised to the 3rd power? It's 1/8. So we have a sub 1 times 1 over 8. How would we get rid of the 1 over 8? Multiply by 8, which is the same thing as multiplying by 2 3 times, right? So we multiply this by 8, peace out, and we multiply this side by 8. What is 125 times 8?
1,000.
So we have a sub 1 equals 1,000. Alright, we have the two numbers that we really need in order to find our 14th term. You guys are like, wow, he wrote so much, I gotta do this for every single problem. No, I wrote this much so you can understand it. If you find shortcuts, use them, please. That's the whole part of mathematics, is finding patterns and shortcuts so that you can not spend so much time on it. So there's our rules. So now let's plug in 14 equals a sub 1, which is 1,000, times 1/2 raised to the 13th, because it's n minus 1, so it'll be 14 minus 1 gives us 13. What is 1/2 raised to the 13th power? Don't do 1/2 to raised to the 13th power. Just go 2 raised to the 13th power. What is 2 raised to the 13th power? You guys have your calculators? Oh wait, I have one. 2 raised to the 13th power. That'll be 8,192. Can that be simplified? Absolutely. It would be 125 over 124. We get that by dividing by 8. 1,024. Sorry. Thank you for correcting me on that. So divide both top and bottom by 8. That is the 14th term. Yay.